The men of our generation are all following the same script. It's Friday. They get up in the morning and drag themselves into work. The whole time they're there, they're thinking about the evening. After work, they go home, get changed and head out to the pub, stopping on the way to buy a disposable vape and a pack of Marlboro Reds. They get to the pub and all their mates are there, hammered. After a couple hours, they go out to the local club, try and get with the girls till 3 AM, then go home, either with a stranger or alone again. The cycle repeats itself forever. But the men of our tribe are different. We're playing a different game, following a different script. We realise that we were destined for more and that the lives we want are achievable if we put in the hard work. So when all our peers are out enjoying themselves, we spend that time honing our craft, building our life. Because one day that'll bring us true fulfillment. Which one do you want to be, bro? Do you want to be the degenerate that society wants you to be, that image they're crafting for you? Do you want to follow that script? Or do you want to become a man who strives for excellence? Life is like a game, right? And very early on into your life, you choose a character who you're going to play for the rest of it. And that choice impacts a lot. Like that kind of dictates the game that you're going to play. And the longer you leave it, the harder it is to kind of switch characters. And the choice you have is pretty simple, bro. There are like 3 choices. You can either be the warrior, the civilian, or worse yet, the fucking NPC, brother. And it's quite self-explanatory, but basically the warrior is someone who fights for the life they want to live, and the civilian is the person that has their lives dictated to them. And the game plans are completely different, bro. So the civilian, they spend their lives seeking comfort, seeking pleasure, but the warrior lives the opposite way. They seek discomfort. They're in it for delayed gratification. And the worst part, brother, is that these 2 tribes are in a constant war. The warrior sits there and he looks at all the civilians and he says, fuck me, they are just weak, puny, shitty little individuals. And the civilian looks at the warrior and tries to cut him down because he doesn't want him to succeed. Because if the warrior succeeds, it holds up a mirror to the civilian's meaningless existence. And as a result, what you'll often experience if you choose the path of the warrior are the crabs that try and pull you down. And this might be your family asking you, like, what are you doing with your life? It might be your friends telling you you've got boring. It might be your girlfriend telling you she's going to break up with you because you're too serious. These are the crabs in your life and they're trying to drag you down, but really what they show you is that you have found the narrow path. I've just finished reading Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and he has a lot to say about this kind of topic. The whole book is about creating mental fortitude and kind of striving for excellence. It's that idea that we've talked about before on the channel, the thing I say at the end of every single video, and it's manifest excellence. Basically, you have a choice in your life. You can either settle for mediocrity, you can live the simple life, because it is easy. You can get the job and get the house, and that's all okay. You can pay the fucking car payments until you're 40. You can live the mediocre life, or you can choose to be excellent. You can play the different game and choose excellence as your life path. And it has to be excellence, bro, because there's no point trying to be good or trying to be average, because that just slips into mediocrity. You have to keep yourself to a high standard here. If you're going to play the different game, if you're going to choose the path of the warrior, then you need to strive for excellence and nothing less. And this is the problem with so many men in our society, because they have no passion. So many people have nothing that they're actually striving to become excellent in. They hate their jobs, so why would they try that hard? They hate their bodies, so what the fuck are they going to do? Their relationship sucks, so there's not much point trying. There is nothing in their lives that they actually care about enough to strive for excellence within. So you need to choose to become uncommon, to become excellent, to be different than the rest. Stare at yourself in the mirror. David Goggins has this concept in the book. He calls it the accountability mirror, and he basically says take a long, hard look at yourself. And don't practice self-love here, but practice self-hate. Stare at yourself in the mirror and be real and tell yourself everything that is like wrong with you. Sit there and say you're a fat shit, you're a fucking pussy. Just say the bad things. Tell yourself how you need to change. Because people these days never hear that. The average man doesn't ever hear that he's wasting his life away. No one tells him that spending every night at the fucking pub is shit. No one tells him that he's a fat fuck. No one tells him that drinking every day is so bad that it's fucking terrible and it's killing him every day. No one tells him these things, so you need to become that person who starts holding yourself accountable. You need to stare into that mirror every single day and tell yourself the things you are fucking up on, because you are the only person that is going to. And once you've established that you need to fix the fuck up, you need to start putting in the hard work. And the only way to change, the only way to fix your life is to play a different game. It is to choose the path of the warrior. It is to live a completely different life than the average man, because if you don't, you will die like the average man, mediocre. So next time someone calls you dumb for pursuing a business aspiration or gay for working out in the gym, Ask yourself this. Ask yourself, why do I believe this person? And then, do I want to actually live like this man? Because very soon you'll find out that most of the people telling you like what you're doing is wrong, if you analyse their lives, you don't actually want to live them. Very soon you'll realise that the criticism of others is more like a signpost than it is a hand kind of clawing you back. So that is the first actionable task, is look in the mirror and find your path. Practice a bit of self-hate and find the things about yourself that you need to fix the fuck up. And then decide you need to play a different game to change those things. Goggins has this idea about potential, right? And the basic idea is that no one has ever really reached or seen their potential. We don't actually know what our bodies are truly capable of. And he has this idea called the 40% rule, and it's a very simple one. It basically says that when you're at your maximum, when you believe that you've done everything you can do, when you're on your run and you're fucking tired and you're about to stop, when you're lifting weights and you're about to finish, when you're doing work and you're so fucking bored that you just want to quit, that is only actually 40% of your potential. There is another 60% left in the tank that you can tap into if you stop living a life dictated by your brain. Because that is the thing, is our brains are our biggest limiting factor. I mean, alongside these people that tell us we're going to fail, those ideas start to seep in. And once your brain starts genuinely to believe that things aren't possible, it cuts your potential in less than half, down to 40%. Because you believe you can't run more than you can run, you don't. So for example, you can probably run like with no training at all, a 5k run, but you will stop at 1k because your brain is telling you can't go further. And you can trust this guy, right? Go read the book, David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me, but he's a Navy SEAL, an ultra-marathon runner. He ran through like fucking Death Valley, up all these different hills. He did a cycle across America. This guy is like the epitome of mental fortitude. If he is saying this, it's true. So who do you want to be, bro? Which character do you want to play? And if you're watching this, then I assume you want to choose the path of the warrior. There is no person watching this video that is like, or if they are, like, get off the video now, man. But there's no one here who's sat there and saying, yeah, do you know what, actually, fuck it, I just want to be the civilian. I just want to be the dude at the pub who has nothing and gets to the age of 40 and he's just there like a fat, bald slob. Bro, you want to be the warrior if you're in this video. And if you decide that your entire life has to change and you have to play a different game. And deciding to play a different game means intense imbalance, bro. It is going to be super hard work. It's going to be the hardest thing you've ever done. You'll walk down the street and you won't feel connected with people. You'll look into a pub and you'll say, that's not me anymore. Because when people are out at night fucking drinking, you're at home looking after your sleep. When people are waking up hungover in the mornings, you're sat there cracking down to real work. And when they're sat on the sofa watching fucking Netflix for 4 hours a day, you are in the gym lifting heavy weights. You are playing a different game. Gone are the days of comfort, my boy, and in come the days of hard work, and they will be the most magical days of your life. You think you're happy playing the civilian game, but brother, just wait until you start on the path of the warrior and see how your life changes. See how much more fulfillment and how much bigger of a sense of achievement you have when you're putting in the work, when you're not living like these other people, because you don't want to achieve the same outcome as them. So actionable step number 1 is decide what about yourself you need to change. Go and stare in the accountability mirror, practice some self-hate and tell yourself fucking like whatever, I hate this about myself, and then change it. I have a lot of videos about how to change specific parts of your life, so once you find the thing, go and find my video on it. But then after that, remember, you need to work hard for it. Remember the 40% rule. When you are at your max, when you're trying to lose weight and you're on the fucking treadmill and you've been going for half an hour, that is only 40% of your potential. Tap into it and go further. Then actionable step number 2 is schedule out your days to a T. This is another thing he talks about in the book, but it is the importance of scheduling. And I've practiced this for a long time before reading it, and I've spoke about it before. But practice your days in extreme detail. When you're going to wake up, when you're going to work, when you're going to work out, what you're going to eat, when you're going to eat it, when you're going to go to sleep. Scheduling rest time, scheduling time with your friends, time with your family. Schedule your day to a T. And then when you're in one of the time blocks that requires that work, give it your 100%. So when you're working, be 100% focused into your work. When you're resting, turn off all your computers, your phones, and properly just rest. And then the third actionable step, go and read the book, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Leave a like and a comment. You'll find those right below the subscribe button. And join the Discord. It is full of young men just like yourself who are trying to grow themselves, trying to better themselves. Come on there and talk to me and the other guys about your self-improvement journey, about the struggles that you're going through. Also, recently I've started doing video calls, so go back to the description and you'll find an application form. Fill it in with your preferred date and time and sign yourself up for a free one-to-one call with me. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Manifest excellence. Goodbye.